Hi guys, Jace here. I finally got round to reviewing my Yeti ASR. Now I've had it about 5.5 months, probably done 500, 600, 700 Ks on it, competed in 3 races, and I've rode it quite a bit. So this is my own review. I'm not a professional reviewer by any stretch of the imagination, but it's my bike and I'll try to review it from my point of view. First of all, let's have a look at the spec, the aesthetics and the weight. Here's the bike at 11.67 kilos, 23.5 pounds. And to be honest, all modern XC bikes that are worth the weight now have a very similar silhouette. And the Yeti ASR is no different. The cockpit, you have got Next SL bars. We've got the Vapor grips on the end. We've got a K-edge mount for my Wahoo, and you've got a Chris King headset. Got the Sitter flight attendant up the front, 120mm ultimate, and then at the rear we've got 115mm of suspension with a Sid Lux RockShot flight attendant, of course, again. Wheels, we have got the Roval SL control wheels. For stopping power then, we have got 4-pot XTR brakes, 180mm Galfa rotors. Drivetrain then, XX SL T transmission with the power meter. Never missed a beat. We've got the pedals wise, we've got XTR pedals on there. We've got the very indulgent Sulka water bottle holders. Got the one-up dropper, and I've got the S-Works power saddle. I love these tires, Racing Ralph and Racing Ray. I have tried many others, but I always go back to these, and I think these are perfect for the conditions I ride in. So how does it ride? Well, technical uphills wise, I've done quite a few and it rides really well. I don't have to have the seat as far forward as I used to with my Epic Evo. And it's pretty fast and efficient. Even for me, that isn't an awesome climber. I'm a pretty good technical climber, but not quick at the long uphills. But if you press down on the pedals, it goes pretty much like the Epic Evos. But it does feel fast, efficient, and racy. And it helps, obviously, with the flight attendant locking and unlocking as I go. Overall, a decent climber, especially on the steeper stuff. It's a pity I'm not a decent climber. On the climbs, it feels as though it puts me in a more comfortable position. I don't have to move as far forward. It's a little bit shorter and a little bit upright than my previous bike, but I quite like that because I've got a sore neck. So it is really good for me in that position. On those steeper pitches, I've never struggled with the front wheel coming up. And as I said, I haven't had to put my front seat forward. My front seat is pretty much in the mid position now, which feels more comfortable for me, and I can have that upright position. I was never wandering up the climbs on really tight switchbacks. It's efficient and fast, so you can't go wrong with the Yeti ASR going uphill. How does it ride descending? Well, it rides well, of course, descending. It is the main feature for me anyway, is that it is way more poppy and playful than the Epic Evo. The Yeti excels on this stuff. Fast, flowy, poppy. It's so much fun here. You get so much more height without trying on these little kind of doubles and jumps. It's nuts. Almost too much. Way. So cool. So much fun. I can more easily pop over those doubles. Berms sink into them, and then you fly straight out of them on those descents without losing too much speed. It does well over the rough stuff as well. You do run out of suspension sometimes on the really chunky or drops, which you probably shouldn't be riding on this bike, to be fair, but it still doesn't get any harsh, really bottom outs. I think I've had one harsh bottom out on the fork, and that's because I got my timing wrong, so it was purely my fault. It also seems more stable on the downhills. Now, I've had it, like I said, 5.5 months, and I haven't had any notable crashes, which obviously inspires confidence, and it gives me more confidence down the hill. And I've noticed it is quite a bit quicker than my previous bike, the Epic Evo, and that was no slouch. On the races I've had, it's pretty comfortable I get a bad back, a sore back a lot. I find that I haven't had to stop with this bike. I am managing it better than I have done. I'm standing up on some of the uphills, and also the flight attendant is helping me with that. So I think it is more comfortable. I am a slightly more upright position, so it's more comfortable for my neck. And I did the Waka 100, which is a technical, long, lots of climbing uphill. It took me 7:45 or so, and yep, I was fine with that. Yes, I had some pain, of course. Anyone's going to have pain racing for 7 hours and 45 minutes, but not as bad as it could have been. So what I like about it, the descending, its ability, the poppiness, the sharpness, the responsiveness, and the handling going downhill. Really love it. It's really playful. I like that I can move the bike around a lot more with this lower top tube. Things I don't like about it, well, of course you've got that lower top tube, so you cannot fit in 2 full-size water bottles. Yes, you can at the front, but not the back. And if you're racing, of course, you want the same size water bottle so you can swap from the front to the back once you've run out. So it's a little bit of compromise. You lose a little bit. You can put in, you lose a couple of gulps of water, but I haven't found it too much of a problem. And you can also wear pack as well, obviously, but you want really 2 water bottles, or the option of it. Now, it did take me a while to set up the suspension, and I've ended up with a token in the front and the back, and I've had to pump a lot more air into the rear suspension, around 200 psi, than I did with my previous bike at about 160. So when I first set it up at 160, it was bottoming out all the time. Had to put more air in, but Yeti do recommend more air in that rear shock. So I have done that, and it is a lot better, but it's taken me a few months to get used to it, or to get it how I want it. Now, the other thing is the routing through the headset. I do still hear cables rattling around the front a little bit. Okay. Sometimes I don't notice it, and sometimes it's more noticeable than others, but they're still there. Yes, I could get the mechanic to take them out and put them back in, and I may do that if it starts annoying me a little bit more. So who's it for? If you're doing some trail riding, if you're doing XC riding, this is the bike for you. I find that at the moment I do not need an enduro bike, because I'm not riding muddy, techie, steep drops. So this is pretty fine for grade 4 or easy grade 5. So blue trails, or maybe diamond black, just one diamond black though. Overall then, this bike is a winner. It's a keeper. I'm keeping it. It's as good, if not better, than the Epic Evo. If you have got an Epic Evo, probably hold on to it. You don't need to upgrade it for a bike like this unless you need to. It's very similar. Look, if you look at an XC bike now from the side, they all look very similar. It's hard to tell a silhouette from one bike to another. And a lot of it is about how the suspension is set up, what components you've got on your bike now. And of course, this is top spec. So if it isn't riding well, there's something wrong. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content, and please subscribe. I'll see you again soon.